All right, so for today, the class is going to be a bit more core intensive, very much into the upper body. We're going to take this toward a one-legged crow today, so keep that in mind. A lot of work through the bent arm strength. Definitely working with some tension, some compression, and with the back line of the body into the glutes as well, so just keep that in mind. Before we start, I got two demonstrations before we begin here. The first is the one-legged crow itself, and just keep in mind, the one-legged crow is much harder than your regular crow. So if you're having trouble just managing crow by itself, go ahead and stick with your crow. But if you're a bit more confident, a bit more stable, try to work toward your one-legged crow, but take it in stages, all right? You don't have to take it all the way to the point where you're extending your leg all the way up. So feel this out. If you haven't been practicing this a whole lot, it can be surprisingly difficult, and it's supposed to be. It's just where the pose is, actually. And it's only been recently that I've actually been able to demonstrate this and talk well at the same time, because you're holding on to a lot of tension as you come into the pose. So once you come into this, we're going to start this at the end of each sequence. Once we're in the main part of the flow, you can take your regular crow first, which means both hands are down. We'll start this from a forward fold. Dig your fingertips into the floor. Lift your heels. Bring the knees to touch your upper arms and keep them a little bit closer to the elbows than bringing them toward your armpits. It's going to be easier to move around. And then shift forward. Now, as you lean, bring your shoulders forward. Let your hips lift. Let the feet come up together. Toes to touch. Pull your heels up toward your seat. And hold your balance here. Keep your fingertips digging down into the floor. Now, coming into your one-legged crow, you want to keep your head low and your shoulders forward and your hips high. The more vertical you are, the easier it is to actually move here, even though people have resistance to that because it feels like your face is coming close to the floor, which it is, but as long as you stay tense, you'll be all right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shift my weight over to the right and lift my left knee. Now, you can just lift and come right down, and maybe see about shifting weight and going back and forth, and that's where you start. That might be enough. If you can keep that leg lifted, squeeze that leg into the other leg, and I've only got one knee in my arm on the other side, and if you're going to take it further, keep your hips high, slowly see about extending your leg back and up at the same time, and work this as best you can. And like I said, this is definitely a very intense pose. It takes a lot of core engagement. It doesn't look like a big change from your regular crow, but once you come into this, you'll feel the difference right away. So just work it as best you can. See how far you're able to take this, and just work this with the variations that are available to you here. And don't be surprised once you feel just how much strain it is to actually hold on to that shape. And that will be at the end of the sequence. Now, one other demonstration here at the beginning of the flow. I'm going to start this in downward facing dog, and then we'll begin. You're going to take this to a three-legged dog. We're going to take this back and forth, moving toward the front, and eventually you're going to pull your knee in close, keep your shoulders over your wrists. That lifted leg, you're going to set it down close to your hands, and then pull the second leg in. So you're going to come into this half-tug shape, which is basically a forward fold. One foot on the floor, the other leg, pull it in as close as you can. Try to compress and get the thigh tight toward your belly. Keep your arms vertical. Dig your fingertips down. Keep your shoulders over your wrists. And the whole thing here is to take weight on your hands, even with one foot on the floor. And I just want you to switch this back and forth. Doesn't have to be dramatic. You can just bring one foot down and then the other, or you can start to hop this back and forth. And if you want to make it more of an inversion, you can see about trying to hover as you take it back and forth from there. And that is another thing that is more intense than it actually looks like. So work it as best you can. We'll switch this back and forth. You can just step it down. You don't have to come complete into the hop, but keep your arms straight. Keep pushing into the floor the whole time, because that's really what we're trying to get out of this. Keep in mind, after we do this a few times, we'll move into balancing and take it through the rest of the sequence from there. So just keep that in mind. So all that said, let's go ahead and get this started. Bring yourself all the way down onto your back. And once you're down, I'm going to recommend that you keep your feet on the floor a little bit wider than your hips. Lean the knees in toward each other. This will help release your low back to the mat. And then arms out to your sides somewhere with your palms open toward the ceiling. Now maybe your hands are past your head, or maybe your elbows are closer to your waist. But just feel this out. Whatever position you take, let your shoulders sink down. Let your chest open up. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And just start to deepen your breathing here. So with your inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. And when you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. When you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. And take it slow. With an inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. When you exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Now inhale, reach out long. And then with the exhale this time, reach forward between your knees and curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. And go back and forth from here. With your next inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl this forward. Stretch forward through your fingertips. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl this forward. Inhale, roll out long. And then with the exhale, curl forward one more time. Stay lifted. Belly pulled in, low back on the floor. Keep your gaze forward. And then imagine you're trying to climb forward on a rope. So reach as far forward as you can through your right arm. And then reach with the left. And just keep on taking it back and forth one at a time. Now work this as a twist. So you're reaching from your shoulders more than just your hands. Belly pulled in, low back on the floor. Keep your head and shoulders lifted. Keep looking forward as you move. And you can go fast or go slow. Just keep the motion steady here. And then just take it through a couple more rounds. And finish reaching forward with your left arm before you come back to center, still lifted. And take hold of your knees. Squeeze them into your chest. Relax your head down. Squeeze everything in toward the floor. And then just go ahead and release and extend all four limbs up toward the ceiling. Now stay loose here. Go ahead, circle your wrists and your ankles. Move your fingers and toes. And then go ahead and straighten everything out. So reach up to the fingertips and toe tips. Straighten your legs as much as you can. Belly pulled in, low back stays on the floor. And with your limbs straight like this, start to scissor back and forth, side to side. Now reverse the cross as you're moving. And you can go through as wide or as narrow a range as you like. Just keep the motion smooth here and stay grounded as you're moving. And then go ahead, slow it down a bit. And bring all four limbs back to center, back to vertical, still reaching up. Now extend your right arm past your head about 45 degrees. And extend the left leg a bit forward, about 45 degrees as well. Belly pulled in, low back still on the floor. Switch it out, left arm past your head, right leg forward. And then just keep on switching. And take this back and forth. Now you can move through a longer or shorter range if you like. Just make sure you can keep your low back down. And again, keep the motion smooth while you're taking it fast or slow. And then go ahead, take this through just a couple more rounds. And try to finish this with the left arm past your head before you bring all four limbs back up to vertical. Once you're back at center, keep your legs straight. Reach up to your toes. Tense up your thighs. Lock your knees if you can. And if you need to bend the knees, just minimize the bend. Now lift your head and shoulders. Hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers. Palms open. Elbows wide. Enough pressure from your hands that you can look forward toward your thighs without straining your neck. Now keep your low back on the mat and keep your legs straight. But lower the right heel down as far as you can without your low back lifting. And then bring that leg to vertical. And then down with your left heel far as you can go with the low back on the floor. And then come back up. And just keep switching back and forth like this. Now again, keep your legs as straight as you can. Keep your low back grounded. And if your low back lifts, you're bringing the feet down too far. So just work with a range that you can hold on to. Keep the gaze forward toward your thighs and keep breathing as you move. Now just check in as you're moving. Try to keep the legs as straight as you can. Reach to your big toes. Maybe even rotate the big toes in towards center. Low back still on the floor. And then just give this another round or two. And try to finish with your left heel low before you bring both legs back to vertical. And just hold. You're still looking forward. Now bring the right heel down as low as you can hold it without your low back lifting. Stay here. And we're just going to pulse, bouncing into the right heel on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg high. Now lower your left heel. Bring it down as far as you can without your low back lifting. And again, pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg high. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring your feet to the floor. Hands stay behind your head, but just roll everything down. So the hands on the floor with your head on your palms. Just keep the elbows wide. Keep your shoulders down. And with your feet about hips width distance apart, start to twist. Bring your knees to the right side. And then to the left, and just go back and forth at your own pace here to loosen things up. And then the next time you bring your knees down to the right, keep them down. Now press your legs into the floor, press into your shoulders. Work to lift your right hip up off the floor. Maybe it comes up, maybe not. Just engage that tension. And let it go. Bring your knees through center to your left side this time. And press your legs down, press into your shoulders. Work to lift that left hip. Just engage the tension toward lifting at least. And then release. Bring this back down. Bring this back to center with your feet about hips width distance apart. And then just go ahead, release your hands from behind your head. Take hold of your knees. Squeeze your knees down and curl into this. Lift your head and shoulders. Bring your nose close to your knees. And then go use this shape. Cross at the ankles. Roll forward to a seat. And then once you're up, we're going to set this up for reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you, about hips width distance, hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width. Now palms down, fingertips forward. If you can, if you need to back off for the wrist, just rotate the fingers to the sides. Either way, lift your seat up off the floor. And let's take it up and down. With the inhale, press your hips high, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up again. And then exhale, lower. Now inhale, press your hips high and hold this time. Keep your glutes squeezing, stay lifted. Now you can look forward, look up, maybe hang your head back, but keep the tension to lift with your hips pressing up. Glutes are still engaged. Maybe go further, dig into your heels and lift your toes up off the floor, but keep breathing. Take an inhale. With the exhale, come all the way down. And then once you're down, take a moment, shake your hands out just a bit. And we're going to take it back up with another variation here. So once you're ready, just set the hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width, whatever rotation you like. Lift your seat up off the floor. And we're going to take the legs into a cross from here. So bring the left foot into center. Bring the right ankle past your left thigh. Now it's a loose cross of the legs, so there should be some space underneath your bent right leg. You're trying to keep the knees in line, keep your legs pressing together, and work to keep that right knee pointed up. With an inhale, press this up high. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift this up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high, hold this time. Now keep your glutes squeezing. Try to point that right knee up. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring it all down. Now just take a moment, lift your hands up, shake them out a little bit. And of course, we'll take it on the other side. So once you're ready, reset your hands, whatever rotation you like. Lift your seat up off the floor. Right foot comes into center. Left ankle crosses past your right thigh. Be sure there's some space underneath your bent left leg. And keep that left knee pointed high. With an inhale, press your hips straight up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift this up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high, hold this time. Again, keep your glutes squeezing. Keep that left knee pointed up and keep breathing. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it all down. And again, go ahead, shake your hands out a little bit. But then once you're ready, cross at the ankles, roll forward, your hands come into all fours. And once you take all fours, give yourself a moment here, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move side to side, and just feel things out. Notice where you're loose, where you're tight, where things feel normal, maybe where they feel a little bit odd. I don't know what to do about that exactly, but just feel things out. And then when you're ready, just come into center. Let's take this into the wrist. So bring your knees together, bring your feet together as well. And then slide your hands in close. So the hands are probably about one hand's length forward on the knees. Now flip your hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, the fingertips point in the direction of your feet. Now you can always bring the hands in even closer than this and take most of the weight to your legs. But spread your fingers wide, press your fingertips down, straighten your arms as much as you can, press your spine up toward the ceiling. And keep that tension in your hands with the fingertips pressing down. Now you can just stay here and maybe circle your shoulders over your wrists. That could be good enough. And if you want to take this further, just stay at center, keep your spine lifted, keep the palms facing up, but one by one rotate your hands. So fingertips of the right hand in towards center as far as you can go. Rotate the left hand towards center as well. and then right hand out to the side, and left hand out to the side. And just keep on switching back and forth like this, one hand at a time. Now, each time you reset each hand, take a moment, spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down, try to straighten your arm at least briefly, and just take it back and forth at your own pace and whatever level of pressure you can manage here. And keep that tension in your hands. Now, the next time you rotate with the fingertips out to the side, just hold that position. And if you're able to take it further, maybe slide the wrists in toward each other, bring them in close. Keep your fingertips pressing down. Keep your spine lifted, shoulder blades spread apart. You can just sway side to side, maybe, if you want to take things further. And then once you're ready, go ahead and release this. Come up onto the fingertips. Walk your hands forward. Just come into your regular all fours. Wrists into the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and your palms facing down. Now, we're going to keep the palms down and rotate your hands again. Fingertips out to the side, and then try to point the direction of your knees as far as you can go. And do that with both hands. Now, spread your fingers wide. Dig your fingertips down. Grip the floor. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. And this may be good enough right here. If you want to back off, you can bring the hands closer to your knees. And if you want any more intensity, you can slide the knees back maybe an inch or two, but keep the palms flat and keep gripping the floor. Now, if you're able to take this further, keep your spine lifted, keep that grip, and we'll move to the lower body from here. So why don't you extend your right leg straight back, reach for the big toe. I'm going to pulse this sideways so you're moving like a fish, bring the right foot to the left. So when you're ready, just bring it over. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right knee down. Keep gripping with your fingers. And then extend your left leg straight back. Reach to the big toe. And again, pulse it sideways. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee down. And then come up onto your fingertips and down to sitting on your heels. Take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then once you're ready, come back to all fours. Now, we're going to work this quite a bit more into the upper body before we move on. So I want you to bring this down from the hands and onto the forearms and find a forearm plank. So go ahead, step your feet back, bring your body into line, and see your feet about hips width distance apart. And don't get too comfortable here because we're going to change this into a forearm side plank. So roll your heels over to the right, come up onto your left hand. Keep your hips lifted. You can stay right here, and this is good enough. Now, if you're able to take this further, reach your left arm past your head. Hips are still high. And then take it further still. Take an inhale. With the exhale, sink your hips down and reach toward your feet. Inhale, lift up and reach. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift up and reach. And then exhale, lower. Now, inhale, lift up and reach and hold here. Keep lifted. And if you can take it further, right leg stays straight. Push into your right foot. Lift the left foot up off the floor. Bend the knee and point it toward the ceiling. And if you can go further, bring the left big toe down to the floor behind you. And then lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind. Lift the knee. Big toe down behind one more time. Lift the knee. And then come back to your forearm plank. And then go set your knees down. Come up onto your hands. Take a couple breaths. I don't want to kill everybody here, so we're taking a little intermission before we go to the other side. So once you're ready here, come back to that forearm plank. Bring yourself down to the forearms. And go ahead, step your feet back. Bring your body into line and see your feet stay hips width distance apart. Now, once you find your shape, roll your heels left this time. Come up onto the right hand. You can always just stay here and keep your hips lifted, keep in mind. Now, if you can go further, reach your right arm past your head, stretch this out long. Further still, take an inhale. And with the exhale, sink your hips down and reach toward your feet. Inhale, lift up and reach. Exhale, sink this down. Inhale, lift up and reach. And then with the exhale, lower again. Now, inhale, lift up and reach one more time. Hold here. Now, stay lifted. If you can go further, press into the left foot, lift the right foot up off the floor, bend the knee and point it up toward the ceiling. Back and forth with that right leg. Bring the big toe down behind you. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down behind. Lift the knee, big toe down behind one more time. Lift the knee, come back to center to that forearm plank. And go ahead and set your knees down. Come back to all fours, take a couple breaths, move around. And then we're going to stay on the hands for the next thing that we're doing here. So go ahead, bring your knees together, bring your feet together, and keep your hips stacked over your knees. But walk your hands in close. So the hands are forward about one hand's length, but still shoulder width. Now rotate to the side so the middle fingers are pointing for about 45 degrees right or left. And then dig your fingertips into the floor. Keep your arms straight. Lean forward with your shoulders. Now we're going to take this into a modified push-up here, and this is all about the forward lean. So stay forward as much as you can. And as you bend your elbows, keep the elbows pulled in and keep your arms parallel. Now look forward, and as you're ready, if you want to make it more difficult, you can always lift your feet or just set them down. But shoulders forward. Pull your elbows in. Bring your chin down low. Now press back up to straight and keep that forward lean. Shoulders forward. Elbows in, bring this down low, and then press back up for 2. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring yourself down, press back up for 3. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down low, and then press back up for 4. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down, press back up for 5, and let's take a moment here and relax. And maybe shake your hands out. You can roll your shoulders out a little bit. Now I want to take this through 2 more rounds. We're going to make it a little bit easier to get that forward extension. And you're going to do this with an extended leg. So when you're ready, just reset. So legs are together, hips stacked over your knees, hands still forward, bend shoulder width. Rotate your fingers to the sides. And then from here, extend your right leg straight back. Keep it straight and reach for the big toe. Now keep that forward lean with your shoulders forward. And work this as best you can. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down low. And then press back up to straight. Shoulders forward. Elbows in, bring your chin down. Come back up for 2. Shoulders forward. Elbows in, bring it down low. Press back up for 3. Shoulders forward. Elbows in, take it down low. And then come back up for 4. Shoulders forward. Elbows in, bring your chin down low as you can. Press back up for 5. Set the right knee down. Take a moment here and relax. And if nothing else, just keep in mind, this is easier doing on your knees than it is on your feet. So when you're ready, let's set it up for the other side. So again, knees together, hips over your knees, hands shoulder width. Keep the fingers rotated to the sides. Now keep that forward lean and extend your left leg straight back this time. Now, shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down low. Press back up for 1. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down. And then press back up for 2. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin low. Press it up for 3. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down, and then press back up for 4. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down low, press back up for 5, and then bring that left knee down, and come to a seat, shake your hands out, roll out your shoulders a little bit. Now, one more thing before we move on. I want to work a little compression here and take this toward baby curl. Just work to get as close as you can, and keep in mind, to make this work, you're trying to curl your entire body into as tight a ball as possible. So let's bring this down. Come onto your forearms. And you can do this with the forearms parallel, palms down, or press your palms together. Just keep your elbows at shoulder width. When you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, lift your knees up off the floor, and lift your hips. Now, keep your knees lifted, keep your knees bent. And then walk this in, pull the thighs in toward your torso as close as you can, maybe towards center, maybe to the sides, but then start to look forward. Now you're going to walk this in closer, target the knees for your armpits, get as close as you can. So touch your knees to your upper arms. Now once you can come into that, look forward, start to lean, and as you lean forward, try to lift your feet. Now if you do balance this, your face is going to be very close to the floor. And on the bright side, if you fall down, there's not very far to go and it won't hurt. All right, when you're ready from here, if you've lifted, go ahead, bring everything down. And then just come back to all fours. And from all fours, give yourself a moment here and move around. Now you can always just stay here and breathe, maybe take another stretch before you move on, but whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now once you move into position, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Now flatten your palms so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. And then sink your chest down low to the floor. Now as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling, reach up. Now keep your core engaged. Hold tension through the belly around the lower ribs. Try to lengthen your spine to press the hips up even higher. And if your legs are tight, go ahead, bend the knees and let that go. And you can always just pedal this out and let your hips move side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front, take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Now let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here, let the muscles of your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor, you can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then once you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin. But restack your spine. So just slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. And take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release your hands. Now at the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in the knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then just release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift it up halfway. Fingertips to the floor till your shins lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step it back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrist into the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Keep it lifted. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides. And lower with control. All the way down into your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take it up and down through low cobras. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll it back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time and stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in your upper body, press into your feet. Take somewhere all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, draw the shoulders back, keep your gaze forward. And work to lift up a little bit higher still. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll back down. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms down to the floor. And let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active. Work to lift your knees up from the mat. Take it further. Kick down. Squeeze your glutes. Pull the hips forward. And lift with your arms, but lift with your shoulders. Keep your neck long. Keep your chest pulling forward. Deep inhale. Exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high to down dog. Now from your down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And with your right leg lifted open to a scorpion dog, bend the right knee, hang your right foot left, stack the hips. With your next inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Now inhale your right leg high. Exhale, forward, knee to left elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, forward, knee to left elbow, stay forward this time. And then just set the right foot down, pull the left knee to your chest, and stay folded like this. Now press into your palms, dig your fingertips down, hips high, lift your right heel. Keep the weight in the hands, and let's switch it back and forth. Press into your right foot, land on the left. And then press into your left foot, come down on the right. Press into the right foot, down on the left. And then press into your left foot, land on the right. Now press into your right foot, land on the left one more time. And then right foot down next to the left, forward fold. Take an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to stand and reach us up high. And with the exhale, sink into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you come into this position, just take a look at your feet. Make sure they're within hips width distance, not too wide. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. And then reach your arms out wide. We're going to take an eagle bind here. It's going to be left arm under, right arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch thumbs with your face. And if you can't get the palms together, just reach the opposite shoulders and do what works. Now keep the arms squeezing, shoulders down, elbows up. Keep your knees bent. And lift your toes up off the floor. Now back and forth. Roll this forward with your heels up high. And then set the heels down. Forward again. Lift your heels. And then set them back down. One more time forward. Heels stay high. Hold here. Now, if you can take it deeper, keep squeezing your arms, but maybe hinge from the knees and bring your hips down lower. Keep breathing. And then just set the left heel down. Now, bring yourself up to standing with your right knee high. The arms are still bound. And we're going to take this into a warrior three. So slowly hinge from the left hip. Extend your right leg straight back. Now, bring your lifted body into line. Maybe you're more upright. Maybe down toward parallel with the floor, but try to lower the right hip and keep your hips squared. Keep looking forward and keep your arms squeezing. Now slowly, with an inhale, bring yourself upright, right knee lifted. And then switch feet, right foot to your base. Come to standing with your left knee high. Now press into the right big toe. Once you're stable, take eagle with your legs as well. Left leg crosses tightly over the right. Now sink into the hips. You can always touch that left foot down. Keep your legs squeezing, shoulders back, elbows high. Just breathe here. With your next inhale, straighten your right leg, lift your left knee, and then slowly, let's step it back and take a high lunge with the spine. So come to the toes of the left foot, that heel's lifted behind, pull your left hip forward, right hip back, find your stance, deep bend of the right knee. Keep your hips squared, and keep the arms squeezing. Now let's take it to the back leg, dip your left knee down just above the floor, and then come back up. Left knee down low, but keep your spine tall, and then come back up. Bring your left knee down low again, and then lift back up. Left knee down low just above the floor, and come back up one more time. Now bring your left knee down low and hold here, hover the knee. I'm going to pulse into that back leg on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee down, left foot flat behind you. Just come into a kneeling lunge. Hips are stacked over the left knee. Now kick into the left foot, press your right foot down. When you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then exhale, vertical twist, right arm back, left arm forward, twist over to the right. Inhale back to center, reach us up high. Exhale, twist again, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale to center, reach us up high. Exhale one more time, right arm back, left arm forward, hold here. Now stay open to the side, look back toward your right hand, left hand to your chest. Kick into your left foot, press your right foot down. Take it further, lean back, reach your right hand toward the left heel, don't worry about touching it. Just keep that left hip pressing forward and keep your twist, keep breathing here. Now with your next inhale, turn to center, reach up high. Exhale, hands down around the right foot. Now tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee. This puts you in low lunge. And we'll take it from here to side plank. Left hand is your base. Now roll to the outside edge of the left foot, slide the right foot back. Now you can keep the right foot down, you can drop the left knee, or you can stack your legs. But keep your hips up high and reach your right arm high. Now it's enough just to stay here, but if you want to go further, reach your right arm past your head, bicep above the ear. Right leg lifts off the left. Take an inhale. Exhale, squeeze in, elbow to knee. Now inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee one more time. Now from here, right hand forward, right foot forward, and then step the left foot forward as well, forward fold. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands, we'll take it to crow. Palms down. Grip the floor with your fingers, lift your heels up, and bring the knees to touch your arms. Now look forward, lean forward, just go slow. Head forward, hips high. Lift your feet together, toes to touch, pull the heels toward your seat. Now to take it toward the one-legged crow. Shift your weight to the left. See about lifting that right knee. Now if you can keep it lifted, squeeze the right leg left. And if you want to go further, keep your hips high and your head low. Maybe reach that right leg up and back. Just take things to where you can. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take it to your Vinyasa. Now take a moment, move around your down dog. And let's bring all that to the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high this time. Now bend your left knee, hang the left foot right, scorpion dog. Lift that left hip. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. Now with the exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale forward, knee to right elbow. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow, stay forward this time. Now while you're forward, just step the left foot down. Pull the right knee to your chest, stay folded. Press into the palms, shoulders rest, keep your arms straight, left heel lifted. And just switch it out back and forth. Press into your left foot, come down on the right. Press into your right foot and land on the left. Press into your left foot, land this on the right again. Press back into the right foot and land on the left. Now press into the left foot, land on the right one more time. And then left foot down next to the right and you're folded. Take an inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reach up high. And then with the exhale, sink in the chair again. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now again, see if the feet stay within hips width distance. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. Reach your arms out wide. And then take in that eagle bind. Right arm under, this time left arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch thumbs toward your face, or reach to the shoulders. Again, do what works. With the arms crossed, shoulders down, elbows up. Keep your knees bent, but lift your toes up off the floor. And then roll this forward with your heels up high. Set your heels down. Bring it forward again and lift your heels. And then set the heels down. One more time forward. Heels stay high. Hold here. See if I can get mine lifted. There we are. And if you want to go deeper, maybe hinge from the knees and bring your hips down lower. Keep the arms squeezing. Now when you're ready, just set the right heel down. Come up to standing with your left knee high. And then once you've got your balance, take your warrior three. So hinge from the right hip, extend your left leg straight back. Keep your lifted body in line, maybe more upright, maybe toward parallel with the floor, but lower that left hip, keep your arms squeezing and keep looking forward. Now with an inhale, slowly come back upright with your left knee lifted. And then once you're up, switch it out. Left foot's your base. Bring yourself to standing with your right knee high. And then go take the legs into eagle. Right leg crosses tightly over the left. Now squeeze and sink down. You can always touch that right foot to the floor if you need to. Shoulders back, elbows high. Keep breathing here. With your next inhale, straighten your left leg, lift your right knee, and then slowly just step that right foot back and find your high lunge stance. So stay on the toes of the right foot, right leg towards straight, left knee bent. Pull the right hip forward, left hip back. Keep your hips squared and keep the arms squeezing. And let's take it to the back leg. Dip your right knee down low just above the floor. And then come straight up. Bring your right knee down low again. And then come back up. Dip your right knee down. Bring it straight up again. Right knee down low just above the floor. And then come back up one more time. Now bring the right knee down low and hover here. Stay tall through your spine. Pulse into the back knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right knee down, right foot flat behind. Now just take this kneeling lunge. Everything stacks to vertical from the right knee up. Kick into the right foot, push into the left. With an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, vertical twist, left arm back, right arm forward, open to the left. Inhale to center, reach up high. Exhale, twist again, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale to center, reach up high. Exhale one more time, left arm back, right arm forward, hold here. Now stay open to the side, look back toward your left hand, right hand to your chest. Now kick into the right foot, keep your hips pressed forward, and start to reach that left hand back toward the right heel. Maybe you touch it, maybe you don't. Don't worry about it too much. Just keep that right hip pressing forward and keep breathing in your twist. With your next inhale, turn to center, reach up high. Exhale, hands down around that left foot. Now tuck the toes of the right foot, lift your right knee, low lunge. And let's take side plank here, right hand's at base. Now roll to the outside edge of the right foot and take the version that works. Maybe your left foot comes down, maybe the right foot comes down, or maybe your legs are stacked. Hips up high, left arm high, stay lifted. If you want to move, reach your left arm past your head and lift the left leg off the right. Now take an inhale. Exhale, squeeze in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. And then inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee one more time. Now bring your left hand forward, left foot forward, and right foot forward next to left, forward fold. Take an inhale, lift this up halfway. And with the exhale, set your hands down back to crow. Now press into your palms, dig your fingertips down, heels up, knees touch your arms. Go slow, shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Lift your feet together, toes to touch, pull the heels up. Now maybe just stay here and see about moving toward that one-legged curl. Start to shift your weight right. See about lifting your left knee, maybe squeeze the legs together, and maybe extend that left leg up and back. Take it to where you can. And then again, take it to your Vinyasa. If you're having a hard time with that one-legged crow, be thankful you don't have to talk while you're doing it. All right, give yourself a moment. Paddle out, move your hips side to side. Let's take it to half pigeon. When you're ready with an inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go bring your left knee down, flatten the left foot behind you, pull that left hip forward, and sink your weight straight down with the hips still squared. And look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer hip toward the glutes. Now, you can always stay upright. You can take it toward a back bend. And if you want to melt it down, you can come down to the elbows, maybe come down all the way. Just take this to where you need to, and just breathe here. All right, now from here, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. And we're going to take another pose. When the hands are close enough, pull your belly and back the hips up over your left knee. Slide the right foot out to the left. We'll take Gomukhasana here. So the right knee comes into center. Pull the left knee in behind the right. Squeeze your legs together tight and bring your feet out wide. As your legs are squeezing, come down to sitting between your heels. And just take a moment. Get both sit bones down. You can always extend that left leg forward if you need to back off. But keep the legs pressing into each other. And then for the arm bind, let's take it from below. Right arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach back. You can find the wrist, maybe reach to the elbow, or maybe somewhere in between. And this is good enough. Keep your shoulders pulled back and sit this up tall. If you want the full bind, right hand between the shoulder blades, left arm from above, and find the grip somewhere between here. Now again, keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep your chest open. And then just breathe into this. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Bring your hands down behind you, lean back. Go ahead, untangle the legs. And then just cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, step back to down dog. And let's take all that on the other side. So once you're ready with an inhale, raise your left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Right knee down, right foot flat behind. Pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left. And let your weight just sink straight down. And look for at least some of that stretch on the left side. Now you can stay upright like this. You can go deeper toward the back bend. You can melt down to the elbows or take it down lower. Just take it to where you need to here. And then again from here, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. Pull your belly in, back the hips up over your right knee. Slide the left foot right, bring that left knee to center. Let's cross the legs for Gomukhasana here. So pull the right knee in behind the left, and then bring your feet out wide as the legs are squeezing. Come down to sit between your heels. Now you can always extend that right leg if you need to back off, but get both sit bones down. And then for the arm bind, left arm from below, cross the lower back, palm facing away. Right hand reaches back, and you can grip whatever you can here, but draw that left shoulder back and open up your chest. If you're going to take the full bind, left hand up between the shoulder blades, right arm from above. And again, see about finding that grip somewhere between. Now shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open, sit this up tall, and keep the legs pressing into each other. Just keep breathing here. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Hands down behind you, lean back, untangle your legs. And this time, come all the way down onto your back. Now when you're down, bring your knees to your chest, squeeze everything in close. And then we're going to take this into one longer round of back bending from here. So when you're ready, just bring your feet to the floor. Now start the cueing with bridge and lead it into wheel. You can always take wheel from the beginning if you want to hold it longer, and you're welcome to stay in bridge and you don't have to take it any further. But either way, feet and knees about hips width distance apart. Bring your heels in close so you start with your low back basically flat. Arms at your sides, palms down, keep your gaze high. Now when you're ready with an inhale, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up, and keep that lift. So hold the tension with your hips pressing toward the ceiling. Now if you want to deepen your bridge, you can bring your hands under your hips. Maybe interlace the fingers, maybe pull the palms together, and maybe even work your shoulders behind your back to open up your chest even more. Now if you want to take it further still, if you can reach, you can hold the ankles and use that grip to lift the hips further and open up your chest even more toward the ceiling. Now, if you can take it from bridge to wheel, keep your hips lifted, but release your hands. So it's hands around your head, palms to the floor, fingertips toward the shoulders, elbows high. When you're ready, press into your palms. So you can always lift at the top of your head first, and then whenever you're ready, straighten your arms. So hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back of the mat. Keep your glutes squeezing. For either pose, if it's too much on the low back, you can always lift your heels. But wherever you take this to, hold that tension around the glutes and then around the shoulder blades as well. Use the tension through the back line of the body to lengthen your spine and open up the front. Keep your breathing smooth here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come all the way back down. Once you're down, bring the knees in close again and just squeeze up the leg in. And then we'll take a supine twist. When you're ready, extend your left leg out fully. Left hand to the right knee, right arm to your side. Now once you're ready, draw the right knee across your body, tuck your left hip underneath, keep both shoulders down, and look over to the right. Now find the stretch in the outer right hip toward your low back. If you need more, you can press down with the left hand. And if you want to take it further, you can extend the right leg. Now, if you want to take it further still, you can bind both legs. You can bend the left knee. Reach with the right hand. If you find that grip, kick into your hand. Both shoulders down, whatever version of the twist you're in. Just breathe here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release this. Come back to center, draw your knees up close. And then once you're ready, go ahead and switch it out. So extend your right leg this time. Right hand to the left knee, left arm to your side. Now tuck the right hip underneath you and pull the left knee right. And then just feel that twist on the left side, outer left hip toward the low back. Now if you need more, you can press down with the right hand. Maybe extend your left leg. If you want to bind both legs, bend the right knee, reach down with your left hand, find the foot. If you have that grip, kick into your hand. Now again, keep both shoulders down and just breathe as you're twisting. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, release. Bring everything back into center. Draw both knees in. And then we'll take it to happy baby. So reach between your knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees and pull down on both sides. Try to bring the knees to the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up into your hands at the same time and keep the tension working both up and down. Now try to flatten your spine, stick your tailbone down toward the floor. And if you want to take this further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here. Draw it down as much as you can. And with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. And then just start to move bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then draw everything in, bring the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And just take your time here. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. Now ground yourself into the mat here. Stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale. Hold on toward the top. And just let everything go. And thank you for joining class. Namaste.